As a World War II reenactor and internet history guy, I don't know what to call myself, but as me, I hear a lot of people complaining all the time about inaccuracies in World War II video games and how that bothers people. And trust me, it bothers me too. But overall, I love the fact that so many World War II video games have been created over the past few decades. In my opinion, it's been a huge driver of getting people interested in history and kind of keeping that history alive. Like I said, there's plenty you could complain about, and a lot of people complain that the newer World War II games don't take the history as seriously as some of the older ones, like the first Call of Duties, where they used some real characters from history. They portrayed a lot of real battles, and in some of them, they even had little interludes to teach you about the history of the game you were playing. It was pretty cool.
By 1942, the Allies decide that the best way to break the Axis powers back is to create another front.
And there are still a bunch of games that take that stuff seriously and teach about history. But my point is, even if they're not perfect, just getting people to learn the names of the weapons from World War II and a couple of the battles and who the major players were and some of the big names at the time, it gets people interested in history. And if somebody does want to learn more about that, it kind of gives them a foundation to start from. I'm not saying you're gonna know everything about World War II after playing a video game, but if you play those games and then go read a book about World War II, you'll be able to connect some of the dots in your head and relate to it a bit more than if you wouldn't have. For a lot of young people, that was some of the first exposure that people had to World War II. I played a ton of Call of Duty and Medal of Honor when I was a little kid, and I wouldn't say that's the only reason I got interested in history. I was kind of into that stuff already, but it definitely was one of the factors that kept me so engaged in that over the years. Do I wish that they did a little more research about certain things and got better historical advisors sometimes? Yeah, of course, I'm a history nerd. Of course I'm going to say that. But it's still great that that's getting people interested in World War II. And I think some history lovers kind of scoff at people who say, oh, I got interested in it through playing Call of Duty. Yeah, you shouldn't think you know everything after playing a video game about World War II. But if that pushes you to want to learn more about it, then that's awesome. What do you think about World War II video games overall? Do you think they're a good resource to get people interested in history, or do you think some of them are kind of in poor taste? Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll be reading through those and replying to you guys as well.